It's Saturday, August 4th, 2012. I'm Kevin McShann, and this is the McShann Sports Beat Report.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do, what you gonna do? Yeah, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on this one, you chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father, you chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister, you chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
How worried are you about Dez Bryant off the field?
Well, I'm concerned about the issue that we're dealing with right now, but I do support his mother and his family. That is very serious, and so I think that I don't want to make excuses. He's come a long way. A lot of people have to come a long way. You weren't going to silver spoon your mouth, neither was I. So we've got to keep that in mind. He's got to grow up.
Reports were that you were too upset to talk to him, then you did talk to him. How did he come across when you had a chance to meet with Dez Bryant?
But Dennis is always is contrite, and he is sincere. And anybody you talk to knows him will tell you that he's good. He's a good person. But there's places full of good people that you don't want to be. So that alone is not enough. And he's just got to come on, step up, and accept responsibility. And I think he can get there. It's unique. His background is very unique. His background with his family is very unique. It really works for him. And so, but he's got to work through that, and I hope that he will.
I know you like it when...
I'm demanding that he work through it. I mean, he must do it, or we can't count him.
And what happens if you can't count on him? Do you move on?
Well, we move on.
Distractions are the breeding ground for discomfort and volatility, and the Dallas Cowboys are dealing with both full-fledged combative ingredients when it comes to dealing with their talented yet troubled wide receiving superstar in Dez Bryant as they attempt to get him some much-needed assistance to deal with his off-the-field transgressions, the latest in which included an arrest for assaulting his own mom. The Cowboys have sheltered their top receiving threat from any media availability since training camp began. However, according to those on the ground and multiple reports, he's looked good in a prominent role despite finding blisters on both feet. The team is also said to be concerned about the possibility of a fine or suspension from the NFL or the possibility of additional action taken by the Dallas District Attorney's Office in the form of pressing charges. A Dallas District Attorney spokesman told reporters last week that the case against Bryant was filed by the DeSoto Police and includes an affidavit of non-prosecution, which means the complainant witness, Angela Bryant, Bryant's mother, does not want charges pursued. The district attorney is still reviewing the case and hasn't decided whether they'll bring charges against Dez Bryant. The Bryant family attorney, Texas Senator Royce West, said in the reading of a statement last week that the Bryant family is requesting that there be no rush to judgment concerning their family and that they continue to seek the continued prayers and support of the public as they work through this matter. Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith of ESPN's First Take believe that there are many layers to the Dez Bryant dilemma, leaving the Cowboys in a precarious situation.
I know this is a delicate situation.
Very delicate.
A lot of delicate issues involved in this. But is Dez Bryant worth the headache?
And I will openly admit I need your help on this. I don't know him in that situation the way that you do, so please enlighten me. And I will openly admit we don't yet have enough details that we can trust. Okay? But, big picture, to your question, yes, Dez Bryant is still worth it. This is the first time he has been arrested. He's had other incidents, and I'll detail those in just a moment, but not arrested yet. And he volunteered to go in and be arrested over this charge. And I'm going to be real clear about this, Stephen A. From this point forward, I'm not trying to absolve him of anything. I'm not trying to exonerate. If he is guilty of putting his hands on a female, albeit his mother, he's guilty, and he will pay the price for this. But from a distance, I was feeling better and better about Dez going into this football season. He says he's gotten in much better shape than he's ever been in. He seemed more dedicated and committed to being a star Dallas Cowboy receiver that he is very capable of being, that I've heard him speak about, his teammates raving about him through the offseason. Everything seemed right on schedule for him to have not just a good year, but a great year next year. And he, again, is fully capable, which is why I stood up and applauded the day after that draft in which Jerry Jones traded up to New England's spot, 24th in the first round, and I thought stole a top 5 talent in Dez Bryant out of Oklahoma State. Now, speaking of Oklahoma State, his mom, and again, not trying to exonerate, let's just frame it with the perspective. Please do the correct background here. Please do. His mom, who was widely reported, and I heard from my sources at Oklahoma State repeatedly through his years there, his mom was an ongoing concern for the Oklahoma State coaches because she was so involved in Dez's life. She moved up from Lufkin to Stillwater, often showed up in practice, and they were just concerned that she was too close to the situation. I go back to 97 just to frame her because she has a much more checkered past than her son does. She was arrested for selling crack. She did 18 months of a 4-year sentence. In 08, she was found guilty of a charge of supplying false information to a police officer. And in 09, she was arrested for possession and sale of crack, found guilty of some of the charges, is on a 10-year probation. So now, we're back to this. Remember, going into that draft, it was widely reported that Dez got asked some really tough, hard, harsh,
particularly by the Miami Dolphins.
By the Dolphins, Jeff Ireland.
Currently the Cowboys.
Yes, currently the Cowboys. And even Jeff later apologized, thought he went a little over the line with what he asked about her past. So now, we're back to what happened. I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. Dez's incident so far, before he was drafted, he was sued for unpaid debts on jewelry and sports tickets. And he had an incident at a very upscale Dallas mall called North Park Mall, in which he and his friends, we can doubt his associations here, but he and his friends were told to leave by security officers because of their attire, and they refused to, and he wound up being banned for a while from the mall.
Got it.
Okay, that's as far as we've gone as a Cowboy. There were high-profile incidents. He also got into a thing with one of his girlfriends, I think, at a restaurant at the mall, but he was banned for a while. That was the extent of it, and I'm still okay with that much.
No crimes.
Now, no crimes. Now we're down to arrested and charged with a misdemeanor assault, putting his hands on his mother, shoving his mother was what has been reported so far. Okay, now that I've framed it, you feed back to me. How are you reacting to how this will impact him going forward as a Dallas Cowboy?
Well, let me say this: if I'm the Dallas Cowboys organization, I'm very disgusted. I'm very concerned, and I'm losing faith in this kid. Am I ready to give up on him? Absolutely not. But you have to be wise enough not to find yourself in these situations.
Yep.
Let's analyze this for a particular second. Supposedly he was fighting with a sibling and the mom intervened or whatever. I'm fighting with my brother. My mother intervenes. If I touched her, obviously it's something that's accidental. Would that really warrant an arrest? You see, we don't know, but I'm saying, forget what we don't know, because we understand that we don't know.
I just don't want to try him in the court of public opinion. I don't know enough.
I'm not trying him in the court of public opinion. I'm saying, literally speaking on behalf of the court of public opinion. If you hear that somebody got into a scuffle and it was involving their own mother, you think that looks good? It looks very bad.
I agree.
It looks very bad. When you combine that with the fact that usually it's your mother that will jump up and defend you and like, no, he was fighting with hair. I just got in the way. That was an accident. I don't, we're quick to sit there and look at law enforcement officials and say, well, they might have overreacted. Oh, the jury's still out. Oh, they just have to follow procedure, whatever. And far more times than not, we don't give our law enforcement officials, the people that we dial 911 for, whose protection we ask for, who put their lives on the line because they never know what they're walking into. We never sit back and say, maybe, just maybe. They are usually right.
Yeah.
They're usually right. So all I'm saying is this.
Okay, but this was am I right, Michael, a misdemeanor charge?
I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there.
The Cowboys' most polarizing and scrutinized figure in quarterback Tony Romo took some time out to discuss all of the attention that one of his top targets in Dez Bryant has been receiving this offseason. Earlier this summer, during the annual Celebrity Golf Tournament in Lake Tahoe with NFL Network's Andrew Siciliano, and Romo says that this experience for Bryant will be a valuable learning experience as he continues to grow as both a player and a man.
Tony, have to ask you, have you spoken to Dez Bryant, and if so, how'd that go?
Yeah, I reached out to Dez, and it's obviously a tough situation, and you just learn like everybody does. Dez is a good kid. He's going to learn from the situation, and it's just part of growing and becoming who he wants to be. I think that each year he gets better at understanding that he's in the public eye, and certain things he's got to think about. I'm just there for him. You pray for him and you let him know that I'm here. I got his back, and he knows that.
Providing those within the athletic spotlight with the necessary guidance and wisdom of maturity that they'll undoubtedly need to capture any sustainable or tangible success within their craft or profession can certainly prove to be sometimes a difficult task at hand or a tall order to fulfill, especially when the man of the hour or the subject of your intent has a checkered past, and that designation can certainly be given to one Dez Bryant. Keeping all that in mind, none of us are born picture perfect or as model citizens. Dez Bryant, however, wasn't given an adequate amount of nurturing, love, and attention as a child to reach his maximum level of prosperity and success. As a result, as he grows into adulthood and becomes a man, he is searching for his lost soul he never found as a child. And now it's up to the Cowboys to assist him in finding the necessary clinical and professional help that he'll need in order to reach the pathway to the pinnacle of his true success. The Cowboys knew when they drafted Dez that this was going to be a full-time commitment, and it's turned out to be exactly what they thought. And now they must roll up their sleeves and provide Bryant with the necessary structure he needs to reach optimal results both on and off the field. As for Bryant, this is a joint partnership, and he also has to make the commitment to be the very best that he can be. It's time for him and the Cowboys to wipe the slate clean and begin with a fresh slate. This is a joint partnership. Both sides are joined at the hip, and it would be in the best interest of both parties to cleanse both the body, the mind, and the soul. Kevin McShann, Sports Beat, reports.